never know who you're talking to anywhere, whether it's at the grocery store or at the beginning of an interview when you talk to the receptionist. You just never know. You build your networking contacts based on putting yourself out there, surrounding yourself by people who are positive and are going in the direction that you want to go in. And because there's networking groups that you can become a part of, there's associations like the American Marketing Association or other sorts of associations within your field of study to get involved in. You never know who you bump into. We go to the grocery store and the person next to us is the CEO of some company, and just by looking halfway decent or having a nice smile on your face or a nice demeanor on your face opens up the door for conversation. TCU is an amazing way to start networking. If you're wearing your TCU gear and somebody says go Frogs, you don't know if that guy's the CEO of a company, the HR manager who loves TCU and says, hey, we have something open. So it's not necessarily something that you have to think about doing, it's just something that you should do. It's an amazing networking opportunity up here. Last year she was looking for a job, and we had some VA jobs available. Well, we thought we did for a while, but she was able to talk to me, and I was able to get her some contacts. It's just being able to talk to anybody, being ready and willing to talk to anybody, and always having your face on that you are not necessarily about business, but that you're a professional, and that you are somebody that I would want to network with, because there's something that you can do for me, and there may be something in the future that I can do for you.
When you go to a networking event, just remember this. Don't make it about you. Make it about the other person you're talking to. So you have the business cards with your name on it. It's so exciting to pass them out when you run out of cards. But don't. Ask the other person about their job, what they're passionate about, get their contact information. It's not about passing your card out. It's about getting the cards and then you contact them. It's about building a relationship. So it's just like dating. Like when you go on a date, don't make it all about you. It's the same thing in the real world. Don't make it all about you. Make it and be genuinely interested in the other person you're talking to. So when you go to a networking event or a social or a business event, just put aside the notion that you're there to tell everyone what you're interested in. Just say, you know what, I'm here to learn from everybody. And just make it about that, because you never know. And when people realize that you're genuinely interested in them, that's when they go, hey, let's go have lunch. And then that lunch turns into a mentoring relationship. And that's actually how I got my first job out of college. So just make it about the other person and the relationship itself.
And don't be bashful. I sent out, whenever I started school, hundreds of emails to everybody I knew saying, hey, do you have any attorneys that I can speak with? And I wasn't going to these attorneys to hit them up for a job. It was rather just to sit down with them and hear about what they did. More of an information interview. May it lead to a job later? Maybe. But it's not going to right then and there. I established that contact, and I guarantee you can get anybody to sit down with you for an hour and talk about themselves. It's really, really easy, and if anything, you get a free lunch out of it. And it was very, very helpful talking to all those people, and it did lead to jobs. And everybody I spoke to was very willing to help. I sent out, as I said, what I felt like 100 emails, and never once did I get turned down. Every single person was willing to sit down with me, tell me their story, and even offer to help in any way they could. And I think, personally, that's because at some point in their career, somebody did the same thing with them. So don't hesitate to ask others for help.
And I would also add, have a professional, maybe career services, I'm not quite sure, but you need to have a nice, well put together resume. So therefore, whenever you do run into contacts, my first job literally ran into my old chemistry teacher from high school, and he was a vice principal at a school that needed a history English teacher. The next day I interviewed, and I was offered the job. Literally, it can be that simple. But have a resume ready to go, so whenever you do get the cards to email, and you can say, here's my resume. I don't know if there are any teachers in the group, but you never know whenever that contact could even lead to a full-time sub job. Whenever you go to, if there are teachers and you're going to substitute because you don't get a full-time job, leave your resume with the secretary, because you never know whenever they go, you know what, so-and-so just had a baby or is out, and we need somebody to fill in for 4 months, and that could lead to another opportunity.
Kind of piggybacking off what Megan said, the most dynamic networkers that I know are also the most authentic people. and they take genuine interest in people, ask questions. It's more about who they're talking to than about what can you do for me. It almost always seems that it ends up working out for them in the long run. They're just taking genuine interest in the people you're talking to.
Genuine interest and positive energy. You have a positive outlook on anything, whether it be looking for a job or day-to-day life. That energy will most certainly be absorbed by the people around you, and they'll want to be around you more.
You know, the great part is being a TC alumni, there's already young alumni and older alumni groups set up in major cities across the U.S. and across the world. And if you're going somewhere where there's not a TC young alumni group, they'll help you set it up. But in all the big cities in the U.S. and internationally, we already have TCU young alumni groups. So it's just a matter of contacting the alumni office and saying, hey, put me in touch with people in Chicago or New York. And there's already a group of corn frogs there waiting to welcome you and get you involved in the community. And also other young professional groups. I mean, I've met some of my closest friends through a non-business young professional group. It's called 51180. It's a music group and it's one of my passions. And it's outside your major. Just get involved with things. If you're moving to a new city, get involved in young professional groups, but also things that are outside of your field, so to speak, and meeting people and you find friends that way.